Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to season 41. Welcome to 2064. And welcome to the era of Pakistan cricket. They have been winning everything, but South Africa have just gone and won the World Cup, beating them by 4 runs in the final. The only score 142, but the bowling holds strong. We lose to UAE in the Super 8s. And it's really moving episode for us here because we're in 4th in the Test World Championship playing England, Bangladesh and South Africa. 2 of those series we've got a good chance of getting results in. Can we get into the 70s to make the Test World Championship final of a series which is dominated by India and India and Pakistan for the last 15 iterations. Test cricket is very much broken. There is also, interesting enough, a Champions Trophy coming up. But interesting enough, the Champions Trophy has no history, so you can't see who's won it previous. We are lucky that we've got Dean Arini back, but we've also got an injury to Noel, so he's out for 2 weeks. That's okay, because Nolan is the first choice spinner, so we take 1 spinner. GZ Reid drops out, but we've got 2 new young bowlers in the squad, Thomas and Vaughan. 125 wickets at 22 for young Thomas. He is only 23 years old and Vaughan is only 25 years old. In fact, it wants us to pick both of them and sees them as the better bowlers. England's going to be tough because England are on the march. 121st in the world now. 121 in the world. Points-wise, phenomenal at home. Winning record against all these teams except Australia, India and Pakistan. Last time we were there, they won 2-0. They beat us 2-0 at home. They've turned themselves around and back into a juggernaut. Definitely good for seamers with some of the conditions, but it might play into Nolan's hand further down. I actually think... So we've got these guys, Julian and Marvin have been playing a little bit of cricket, both averaging in the 34s. James averaging 32, who's now past it, but just in the squad for insurance. Blake averaging 46 from his couple of games. I actually think I'm going to try this. I'm going to try something completely left field. I'm also going to give Holder a run out. So he averages 89 in domestic cricket. But he doesn't play a lot, which is part of the problem with this team. But he averaged 209 last year. So I'm going to give him a go. John to open. Singh's going to drop down 1 to 3. Maharaj at 5. Not sure if it's going to work, but we're going to try it. I'm trying to fit actually quite a lot of good batters. It's an interesting problem to have considering how poor our bats have been. So often we are put into bat in the most horrendous conditions for 2 days as well. I'll take it. 300 on that pitch is a great effort. And John moved up to opener for the first time. Scores a century in those conditions. That's a great knock. Day 2 as well. Hopefully favours our new bowlers. Hey, come on, Vaughan. With your 7 first-class matches. I kid you not. In the very first over, the kid's got a wicket. What about you, left-on medium-fast Thomas? 21 games. That's a good effort. We're taking a 40-run lead here. We did have some favourable conditions, and I think they probably batted slightly better than us. We just had the one big knock from John. But throughout the middle order, they offered some pretty decent resistance. But Vaughan with 3, Thomas with 2, Dean Arini with 4. I'm happy with that going into day 3, session 1. Okay, we've declared, ladies and gentlemen. This is great. John, hello, welcome to opening. 100 in both innings. Kaimani Joseph, he scores century number 12. We get 50 from Holder on debut. This is a wonderful effort. And it's still a batting wicket. But they need 496 from 5 sessions. So if we lose, more power to them. There are no words. I said more power to them. They've scored 496 to win the game easily. With everyone in their top order getting a huge amount of runs. Johnny Martin, 31 years old, 15 centuries, career knock of 196. Nolan was ineffective. Dean Arini went none for 152. England have knocked off 496 to beat us. I said more power to them, but knocking off 500 easily. Just got to take a quick look at John because the form was sketchy. But it all comes down to the position you're batting in. We batted him at 6. We batted him at 4. We batted him at 3. We put him at 1. And he's scored a couple of hundreds there already. 395. It was a road when they were batting. Vaughan with 4. Dianarini 3. Dianarini got the big wickets, to be fair, out the top 6. But Ewing... I hate this guy. 5 centuries, averages 37. But I feel when he plays against us, he always adds runs. Add 100. He's got 450s. He's such a good player. Day 2, session 1. Still should be good for batting. We're very much up the creek. We get another century from Kaimani Joseph. He's having quite a good series. 104, 111. Career average of 42, looking good. But starts from Holder, from Maharaj, from John. With 85 behind, and with our young bowling attack, I don't think we've got a chance of catching them. 547 to win. They get a century from Wood, who is now averaging 39.98, but chooses today is the day to go big. They score fast, they score well, the run rate was exceptional, and they get partnerships down the bottom, which frustrates me, like how we had no control. We were just leather chasing. 547, if they've done it, can't we? Nah, lose by 283. There's not a lot to like about that. Some starts, some wickets. We're not on the same level. After 41 years, we're just not on the same level. Bit of spin on the wicket with a bit of overcast conditions on day 4. Thomas and Vaughan are having a trial. One averaging 49, one averaging 35. Interesting, first time probably ever we've got all top 6 batters averaging over 40. Okay, 327, slightly better. Dianarini and Nolan bowled a hell of a lot for day 1. But we got some wickets from the end from Vaughan and Thomas, which is pretty good. No one went big for England, but it is already turning. We're going to take an 18-run lead as well, thanks to Kaimani Joseph. 3 centuries in the series against the second best team in the world. What a time to be alive, 28 years old. John with another 50. He continues his fine form since he's moved to the opener slot. Rest of the top 6, not great. Worried about Singh? Yes, I am. Pitch, day 3, session 1. I can still see us chasing 500 here. 298 to win. We whip through their bottom of the innings outstandingly here. We pick up the last 4 wickets for just 16 runs. Nolan gets 4. Run rates are expensive, but no one gets away, which is critical. 298 to win to tie the series. Started day 4. We've really got to do it this day. 457 short. We lose the series. We get 100 from Singh, 62 from Maharaj. We were 5 for 224, and we lost the last 5 wickets for 16 runs. Blown out the water. Better team won 3-0. We do get some good stuff. Joseph was outstanding. John was good. Singh was good. Maharaj was good. The ball, holy moly, that's probably 2 series in a row we've had guys averaging in the 40s. Doesn't really impact that, but it puts us out of contention for the Test World Championship for around the 26th time. West Indies, South Africa, they're 7th in the world, so this is a series we do not want to slip up on. Dianarini comes in, 33 average with the ball, 22 with the bat. Slightly down. He did want us to play King Julian as well. But I'm going to stick with the young guys. I'm probably going to give him 10 tests because we need to change. It's a seismic change that is required because every guy that's come in is average mid-30s and is already near 30 years old. These guys are young. Let's invest in them. Last wicket partnerships drive me crazy. 28 here, 105 for the 7th. They get runs throughout. Love bats really well. 36 years old, Jimmy Love. 15 test match centuries. We get 5 from Nolan. He had to work a lot of overs on day 1. And not much coming from the seamers as well. It could be another tough test series for us, this one. Great effort. 11 runs behind. Century from Sonny John. He continues to be absolute fire since he's moved to open. It took me till he was 28 to do it, so let me off. It's a bit like the Fulham Murray story where it took me till about 30 to choose him and then he scored 16 test match centuries. Maharaj with a century as well. He bats beautifully and puts us in the game. Sharp turn on even bounce. If only Vaughan and Thomas could step up. It's where Nolan had to do his thing and he did his thing, 4 for 61. Thomas and Vaughan actually gave us some control here. Thomas, for all his faults with his strike rate, he's going at 3.3. Okay, that's quite expensive, but he's just been battered around by England. Vaughan at 2.92. So we're going to need 239 to win. It's going to be hard. Oh, I'm gutted for him. We win. We win by 7 wickets. Tyrone Singh, 94. Almost another 4th innings century for him. 22 test match centuries for him now. Still 22. Kamani Joseph with 70 not out. John bats well as well. Pick up a victory against South Africa. That's good for us. We could, if we finish strong here, finish back over 100 points. Test World Championship, FYI, being dominated by Pakistan and England. India as well, dropped off. They've not won it in obviously the last 2. And now find themselves on 37 points. So not doing great. Unchanged. Chance to... Oh, we're batting first. It's overcast. Chance to win a series. Second ball. Caught in the deep, it said. Yep, overcast. 133 all out. 368 to win. 368 behind, not to win. They go all wabi-sabi on us with Misibi scoring 145. First test match century on debut. There's a theme going on. Love, he bats really well again. Second century of the series. We went at like 5 and over. How can it be so hard to bat? And then we bat and it's impossible. We actually do really well here. 521. We get a century from Fredericks. Test match century number 18. But we get a maiden century for Holder. He scores 139 not out. Gave him the treatment when he got past 100 as we were losing wickets. Cracking knock from him. 50 for Maharaj. They need 154 to win. It's not particularly hard to bat on day 3 in the weather conditions. And we lose by 4 wickets. Some good stuff from Thomas and Vaughan. They got a couple of wickets here. It's a tied series against the Saffers. We get batting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 averaging over 40. Some good stuff there. Nolan was good with the ball, but the seamers averaging 40s and 50s. We're hitting new lows every single time we play with the bowling attack. 97 points, still in 5th position. No real change there. Fredericks in 12th with the bat. Nothing. Oh, Nolan in 10th with the ball. Go Nolan. Deer and Arini in 10th. And very mid-table when it comes to the World Test Championship. 2062. The bowling average has hit an all-time lows there. 2064 is averaging 35. So our 2 worst years in terms of bowling have come over the last couple of episodes. It's all around here. Likewise with the bat, 2059 we averaged 37. 2062 we're averaging 34. Big numbers of late. We've got a problem. It wants us to play this guy Solomon, who I've just brought in 20 wickets at 26, got one of the best bowling averages in first-class cricket. Really young. The problem is there's so little experience for these guys to get. They come in playing so few games of cricket, so you don't actually know if they're good. It wants us to play King Julian. I think I'm going to go away from that. So Thomas drops to the bench. King Julian doesn't get a game. Vaughan takes the new ball alongside Solomon. It's a very inexperienced bowling attack. Dianarini the most experienced. Not bad. 358. We get 93 from Maharaj. He almost gets a ton. 86 from John. 54 from Bennett with the tail. It could have been a lot worse than that because the pitch at the moment isn't too bad. That's one of the most incredible innings. Solomon gets a wicket in his very first over third ball. He gets 2. Vaughan gets 3. Dianarini 4. And we bowl them out for 120. Actually, it's chasing a few more than I would have liked here. 136. Not the end of the world. Dianarini 4. Vaughan and Solomon 1. Nolan 3. We've put ourselves in a good position, but it is sharp turn. Oh my days. We've just lost to Bangladesh. We've hammered them. Enforced the follow on. And then 127 all out. Incredible. How many test matches has he played? 2 test matches. Absolutely rifled us. They're the generational losses that wreck the World Championship. Just going to make a change here as well. Holder's dropping out and going with the extra seamer. I've picked a seamer-friendly pitch. Batting, we've just been bowled out and lost the game, but generally the batting is okay. Seam bowlers are pretty woeful. Give them something that might help them. 300. Dianarini with 5. Gone past 100 wickets now. 100 wickets at 32. It's not a bad record for your all-rounder. take a lead of 100. Singh with a ton, Fredericks with 86. They share 173 of the finest. 68 for Dianarini, 48 for Maharaj. Could have been more, could have been less. Seamer-friendly conditions. I guess I'm quite grateful they didn't just go through us. Win by 8 wickets. We needed that. Vaughan with 4 for 49. He's growing into a cricketer, now averaging 30. So although it started off bad, starting to come good. Nolan with another 4. His average at 24. I think that's kind of the bowler he will be. Which is good enough. Solomon, I think that was a relatively good debut with a 6 for 33 and a good economy rate through the game. But it is a tied series. It does hurt the world ratings. Fredericks in 8th. Nolan hanging into 12th. Remember when we used to dominate that? And Dianarini moves up. But Test World Championship, absolute goner. And the dominance of Pakistan cannot be overstated. They've just gone to 154 points. They've only lost at home once in their last time playing against people, which was India 12 years ago. Wow, that series definitely does not happen very often. And equally as dominant away. Champions Trophy, well, that was won by Pakistan as well. 273 they get. And England 269, all that. So the top 2 teams in the world in Test cricket going against it there. It will be Pakistan again in the Test World Championship final. They're back-to-back winners. India have dropped off completely. They're going to probably finish about 4th. But also in the world ratings, India are down in 4th. So this tracks all the world titles since the start of the game, minus Champions Trophy, because the history just isn't available there. You see Pakistan catching on India. 5 Test Championships, 6 T20 World Cups. Incredible team. And I think it's worth stating that this is India's worst period in the entire game. Whereas Pakistan, this is their best. West Indies, we're just trying to survive. We're the best of the bad job at the moment. Like in terms of being sat behind India, we're just there. But there's quite a big gulf between the top teams and us. So that will do it for today. Next time around, we've got the 2065-66 season. We're going to have the Test World Championship final between Pakistan and New Zealand. We've got a bit of Australia and India. India always challenging. We're going to see you then. Fresh Test World Championship for us. Another 2-year cycle of trying to make it happen. We're investing in our youth players. Just because we're investing doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. We'll see you next time.